Hello, this is Theron from Bricks and Flicks. I got new acquisition. I got the Star Wars Death Star Trash Compactor Diorama. And we're going to be opening it, building it, and reviewing it. There's been a bunch of reviews out there that I've seen. There's some information that some people like it, some people don't, mainly because of the cost. Let me see if I can bring up chat here. Hold on one second. There we go. Hey, Cameron. How's it going, man? Okay, thank you for coming out. So let's see here. So, nice box. It's got some cool pictures. It does squish down, so that's kind of cool. They even has a spot, you can see right here, where R2D2 and C3PO are on the back of this thing. So the actual diorama, the back of it, has hey, Aaron. Hey, I got my niece on here, Shayna. Hey, Shayna. So the set itself is probably a little more money than I should have spent. A little more money than anybody should spend. It's not the same price point that most of them are. This one, for some reason, is about $20, maybe if you push it $30 more expensive than it should be. I'm not sure why. There are a number of figures in this. The minifigs are 6. So you get Leia, and then you get Chewie, the new Chewie with the 2-colored fur. You also get Luke and Han in Stormtrooper outfits, which the only place to get them before this would have been through the Death Star sets, the 2 very expensive Death Star sets, which I never had the money for. And then you have R2 and C3PO as well. So 6, not bad, but still a bit more expensive than. You guys can look up the cost. If my wife is watching, she's going to be upset. So, I believe there's going to be 4 bags. Four bags, 3 plates, and a very large instruction manual. So to make things easier, I actually brought the instruction manual up on my tablet. Sitting over here that you guys can't see. Oop, behind the magic. Here we go. So I got my tablet, and then I make sure that it only shows stuff that you guys need to see. And we'll have a couple of different views going on. So I adjusted my camera to be up over my head, coming down over my shoulder rather than sitting over here. Didn't have enough height to it. It was hard to see what I was doing. My hands were getting in the way a lot. So I figured if I put it up higher, you guys would be able to see it a lot better. So this is going to be probably pretty long because 802 pieces. It took me a while talking to do the X-Wing. Of course, my attention span was pretty terrible to begin with, but I was also paying attention to the guests. We actually have 5 bags. I'm not sure how their numbering works since there's 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4. But put these aside. I'll get to them in a minute. Got myself a new container so that if I put pieces down, they don't go flying everywhere and I don't have to duck down underneath my desk to try to find them in the dark. So, first things first, we have Jens Kronvold Fredriksson, the creative director of Lego Star Wars. He writes that this is some rescue. It's an improvised rescue plan that lands the rebels in a scrap heap of trouble. Walls literally closing in on them while a ravenous reptile nibbles at Luke Skywalker for lunch. Of course, the trash compactor scene in Star Wars A New Hope is an all-time fan favorite. 75339 Death Star Trash Compactor Diorama. As the heroes try to stave off their impending doom, they find time for sarcastic bickering, and though R2-D2's quick wit saves the day, a devastated C-3PO mistakes his friends cheering over the comlink as sounds of their frightful demise. We love the fun in the chaos. The LEGO Star Wars Diorama Collection is inspired by and dedicated to Star Wars fans and our favorite defining moments in the saga. Plan your own little escape for a few hours and feel free to yell frantic requests to your fellow rebels as your set comes to life. Enjoy building. Jens Fredriksson. So, I'm not sure price point, if he was really going after the fans or if he was going after the diehard fans. Do I have magnets to magnetically seal it when you're finished? No, Todd, I do not. That would be kind of cool, though, wouldn't it? I'm not sure the logistics of taking something like this and not destroying all my computer equipment around it to have that many magnets, but it's an interesting thought. So, let's see here. As stated, a lot of the, as stated in the blurb, and I might have just mentioned it, I don't know. A lot of the reviews on this said it's way too expensive. I kind of agree. It really wasn't. Let me take the big pieces out. They're not likely to go anywhere. I'll put the little pieces in. Whoa. Yeah, there's a bunch of little pieces in there. Let's put that aside and find out what we need first. Wow. Looks like we do need them. So sorry I wasn't around for the last week to put up another video. I'm still trying to get people together to say yes to the sets and movies that I'm willing to, that I'm expecting I can probably do. I made a good list, and most of it is franchises, but there are some movies that are not part of franchises that would be kind of fun to do. One of the ones I have considered is I have the Black Knight's Castle. So what better than have Monty Python and the Holy Grail? So I've already made myself an overlay for Monty Python. So I'm hoping to be able to do that one sometime soon. I have a couple of people who are really big fans of that, and I'm hoping that means they would be interested in coming on and talking about the movie. Anybody have any questions about this thing yet? It's really not that much going on at the moment. Oop, all the way down. I'm hoping to move this one along a little better. Now, it's 802 pieces, so it may take a little bit, but the one thing that's going for me is a lot of them are going to be flats, just little tiny flats. So considering there's so many of those, I see why people are a little upset at the price. Considering you can get those pieces relatively cheap, like 20 to 30 cents or less. The little tiny ones are only like 2 cents. So putting it all together, it's got to have something to do with the person who designed it, or maybe royalties to Disney. I don't know. Stealth Nerd 666 wants to know what I'm drinking. Cider Boys, and this one is the Raspberry Smash. It is very tasty. There is a number of them. I like the peach and the raspberry the best. But I can say that I'm a very big fan of them. Let's see. Am I still enough in the view here? Am I coming through okay? Is my voice loud enough? It goes on top. Okay. Thank you, Shayna. Let's see. What about the camera view? The one up over my shoulder, is that going to be a good view? Thank you, Todd. Is that going to be a good view of this build? It will be a good view of the way I'm going to be building things. That. That. Trying the best I can to two-hand build here so that I can keep our timing down below 4 hours. so I need some profile pieces. So I'm actually kind of happy that they decided to release the Han and Luke stormtrooper outfits as something side view is lower. Does that help? Let's see. Let's go here. All right. Got some Technic pieces now. I don't know if you can hear her, but my cat is clawing at me. Trying to say hi. Oh, that's my leg. Ouch. So that camera view worked better. Okay, good. Thank you, Todd. All right. Let's start with the back wall. Now for the rail. This is the rail piece is gonna make it easier to slide. So 4 of these. Can we talk about something other than the set you're building? Or would that derail things? No. But what would you like to speak about? I have no problem talking about other things. It would definitely keep my mind working while I'm doing this. What do you have in mind? Let's see. Did I see the new Star Trek Strange Worlds? Yes, Kerman Oive was right. Did I see this Star Trek Strange Worlds? No, I did not. Um, I have seen reviews of it, and there are some interesting things that were talked about. Do you have something specific you want to talk about of it? I don't have Paramount Plus. So this is supposed to be apparently be water. You can see the light clear gray. It's on YouTube. I did not know that. And my cousin asks, "Is it any good?" My niece asks if it's any good. Apparently, I can't do two things at once. So Anson Mount looks good as Pike, and I take it then that Remain is number one. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. That you don't have cable or any of the sites, streaming sites. So there is a delay between what I'm doing and when the chat comes up to me. So there is a small delay, if you're wondering. That's a lot of little pieces here. If you heard that, that was my cat. Crap. Oh, I lucked out. Landed on my pant leg. You enjoyed it. It felt like old Trek. And Cameron, you recommend it. I will take a look at it. I can't say that I have a whole lot of hopes for it, considering how bad Discovery and Picard are. The writing is just terrible. Six. My lighting changed my hair back from blonde. Um, it's this one up here. Suppose I could change it, but it's not really blonde that this minifigure is supposed to be showing anyway. It's more just the effect of me being gray and brown at the same time. I couldn't find one that had darker hair than that. Or at least, not that it was going to be too dark. Watch it when I get the chance. I assume it's the only going to be available for a limited time. I will take a look at it probably when I'm done with this. Can't say why, but for the last week, I've been sleeping like crazy. I don't know if it's new meds or what. I can't seem to stop sleeping. Um, oh crap. That's gonna suck. I guess the question is, should I really worry about it? Yeah, screw it. I wasn't paying attention. I have a misplaced part. Yep, Todd, that's exactly what happened. I have one piece, this one right there, and that should be over here. So screw it. Doesn't matter. It's just water and muck in the water. So how's everybody been doing? What have you been up to? Like I said, I've been sleeping all week, so I haven't really talked to anybody. I just felt that since I hadn't anything up for a week, that I needed to do something. So it's interesting. Got enough room here for the rails to move in the walls. Yeah, that Lego Thor hammer. How big is that thing? Some research days that have kept you busy. Well, considering what the topic is, I'm not surprised. Oh, that's right. That was this morning. I am so sorry. Is it online? And I've got a visitor. And she needs to stop going after my cider boys. All right. You can't be showing certain things online, apparently. Keep your tail down. Oh, that was Daisy. Been watching, when I have been awake, been watching Babylon 5. I'm now on season 3 again. Such a good show. Well written. Story arcs are great. That is when people knew how to write shows. Or I should say, at least, Joe knew how to write shows. A 1,000 pieces. The Lego Thor hammer is 1,000 pieces. So depending on the size of the pieces, it could be probably this size, maybe. So you will be posting it soon. Okay, cool. House of Moth. Actually, we're talking about anything. Um, wow. My niece, Shayna, has been purchasing Lego sets as well. She's got the Lego Thor hammer and also apparently the Lego Yoda. Did I say yoga? I'm tired. 1,700 pieces. That's a lot of Lego. So House of Moth, I am close to being the end of the first bag. So 36 minutes to get through the first bag. The hammer has a secret compartment inside it. What goes in there? That's hopefully true. I would say that no age or gender can resist Lego. I can't resist Lego. Hence the purchase of this set that was too expensive. My problem with it was if I was not going to purchase it, I was going to end up finding that it wasn't there, wasn't available to me anymore, and I would kick myself in the ass. And when you have medical bills like I have, what's an extra, little bit of money to keep my sanity? House of Moth. Do you have a? I imagine you have a site or a channel. Is it fixing Macintosh computers like Eric's Edge? Well, I hope it sounds good. The microphone itself is the same one. I just changed the settings. Try to give a more depth and life to the voice. Thor, Thanos' gauntlet, and a small tesseract. As in Thor minifig. And Thanos' gauntlet is, how big is that? Is that like that? So I saw a picture of a Thanos' gauntlet, but I wasn't sure what set it came from. And here's the other side of the rail, so that the walls can slide in. I believe that's going to be for the front sign. The gauntlet's super small, or is the Thor an actual minifig? All right, I think this next thing is the Dianoga. I believe that's what they call it. only problem with the camera being that far over my shoulder is small pieces get lost. Let's see. So then this. Wow. Okay. There it is. See if I can get a better picture here. The Dianoga coming out of the water. Move its head a little bit. All right. It looks like we got some pieces of trash. So a question for the chat. Would it be best if my head was not even in here? If I just had my hands? If I'm doing these set reviews or anything like that, I don't know whether or not people actually want to see me working at it or not. Yeah, piece of garbage. Let's see where that one goes. Probably a piece I forgot. That goes right here. Apparently it keeps Luke from getting crushed. As was discussed last week. More of the floating flotsam. Well, thank you. My niece just said that it's good to have me in it. I appreciate that. All right. So this is the last actual piece for this bag. And now I'm on to bag 2. And it looks like bag 2 has R2 and C3PO. Oops. Some extra pieces. Oh, speaking of pieces, I had purchased the Wolverine mech armor. And I was missing a piece. I don't know if I mentioned this in any of the other videos or not. Since I have such a bad memory, I don't remember. But I was surprised that I was actually missing a piece. In 45 years, I believe I've only been missing two pieces, and that was one of them. And the last time you had to mail away for it. So I never got the piece. This one, you just go online to Lego. You actually sign in, create an account or whatever, and you tell them what set you've got, what piece you're missing. They sent a nice apology letter, which is I think over there, and said we strive to make every set 100%. We're sorry that yours got through, and here's your piece, and happy building. So I thought that was pretty nice. Took about 8 days, I think it was. Well, it's nice that I have chat in here to actually have a conversation with. I could talk about things, but if you actually watched my Bricks and Flicks 0, where I was building the yellow castle, which you can see over my shoulder here, yeah, I was all over the place. It was not a specific topic other than I said fantasy. So I was talking about all sorts of things. Movies I like, as well as role-playing games, books. I got the R2D2 and C3PO to make right now, so that's what I'm making. What do we got? Was the Packer executed? I'm not sure, but it sounded like it doesn't happen that much. It sounded like they take it very seriously. I just stuck those pieces in the desk. These are the small pieces. So one thing I can't do, and it really sucks, is I can't do anything, can't sing anything, or whistle anything, or hum anything. So only thing I can do is tell you how to plunk out on a keyboard the Star Wars theme, just the beginning of it. If C is 1, it's 1 5 4 3 2 8 5 4 3 2 8 5 4 3 4 2. So copyright can't get me for that. I didn't sing it. I didn't hum it. But it's been going through my head since I started this. So I had to share it so it'd get out of my head. C3PO. So this is a little different than the C3PO I have. The one I have right now does not have the printed legs and printed arms. So they've gotten into doing this lately so that collectors like me have to pick up all the minifigs. It's rather annoying, but that's what you get for being OCD and, a bit of a hoarder, as my wife would say. I don't personally think I'm a hoarder. I just like to collect things. All right, Shayna, you have a good night. Thank you for coming on. Love you. Yes, this gets posted automatically when the system gets done processing it. It'll post. I could conceivably edit it, but I don't care if people see I'm an idiot. Oh, yes. CDO. My OCD is a little bit weird. I go to the store and I buy things in twos and threes, unless it's expensive things. I mean, I do have limits to what I'll do. But if I buy groceries, I always buy in twos and threes. Mostly subconsciously. I'll just look down at the cart and I'll notice that I picked up lots of twos and threes. Getting a glitch here somewhere on that camera. What am I doing? That is straight across. So I got some flats to go across there. Everything in twos. Yeah, I don't understand why it happens that way, Aaron. It's just weird. But I'm glad to see that somebody else does it too. So did anybody go out and see Strange New World? Not Strange New Worlds, I'm sorry. Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness. I heard it's pretty confusing. And not a great story. And the numbers for this second week have dropped already. 82%. So there's the sign. One thing's for sure, we're all going to be a lot thinner. All right, looks like we're going to do the back. So far, I really can't justify the price. Again, it's just not enough pieces. It's 802 pieces. But they're not, it's not like they're really big. It's not like there was a lot of plastic involved. It's just one of those must-have things. I mentioned while I was building the Yellow Castle that one of the sets I really, really wanted and couldn't afford. It was $299. The Tower of Orthanc would have been huge. Just wanted that so bad. The minifigs and everything would have been really cool. But I just moved here. I was picking up a lot of the other sets for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and $299 was something I couldn't justify. Let's see. Last movie I saw in the theater was Blade Runner 2049. Well, that was a while ago. Uh, Jen and I saw. We were just talking about it the other day. What did we see? Really? I can't remember. I went to go see Spider Man No Way Home alone because Jen was working. It was Christmas time. She was. I liked it. I thought they did some good fan service and didn't didn't make the characters useless, weak, or stupid, which is good. All three of them did a very good job. And I think the one that stood up the most to me was Garfield. Spectacular. Some really good lines, and definitely finished his arc in a good way. Let's see. So I have 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. House of Moth, you back yet? Still interested to find out what your channel's about. I'm sorry I didn't take a look at it yet. Just I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to look at it. Just curious if you were on to talk about it. Ouch. So I know there's not much to it at the moment. It's all just flat. Or mostly flat. I mean, you do. It'd be cool if he was actually in a slide so you could actually move around a little bit. Not sure how you would do that, but it's Lego. They can do stuff. So, what do you think of Blade Runner 2049? Were you happy or sad that they made the decision for you and who was a replicant and who wasn't? All right, looks like now we're doing the back wall. Push this out of the way. Did you love it for the atmosphere or the story or all around? It seemed to me that Harrison Ford was pretty much just phoning it in. He was just playing a curmudgeon, which is pretty much what he is. Taking your kids must have been fun. Did you um, show them Blade Runner before going? And if so, which version? Three by three flats. Purist. Awesome. There can be only one. Now that was an awesome movie that they should not touch. If they try to remake that, I would be very upset. That one and Back to the Future don't touch the classic good stories that don't need to be updated. They just don't. I mean, you can't get any better than Sean Connery. That's like asking if there's Highlander sequels. Yeah. Well, to me, there was no sequel to Blade Runner. I saw it. I just don't think it was needed for the story. I liked the question: is was Decker a replicant or no? Oh, the score. Yes. I just picked up Flash Gordon again because Queen's score was spectacular. After all, he saved every one of us. He saved every man, every woman, every child in the land. He's Flash. Mm-hmm. Let's just be this one. Aaron, I don't remember. I took a bunch of people for my birthday, the year that Flash Gordon came out, to the theater. And I can't remember for the life of me who all came. I believe I had 5 friends come with me, but I don't know if I was friends with you at the time or not. I'd be interested to find out what you think has an amazing musical score. Not a fan of Dalton at all. As in, you're not a fan of Dalton Bond. We're not a fan of Dalton as an actor. Sounds like you mean actor. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Aaron, that you weren't there. But I don't think we were friends yet. I think let's see, that would have been 79, 80? Can't remember exactly. So it would have been 7. And you were in a different kindergarten and a different first grade class than I was. So we didn't really have the interaction. By the way, audience, in case you couldn't tell, Stealth Nerd 666 has been friends with me for a very long time. Oh, that's why. Something looked weird. All right. That's part of the back. Yeah, Todd. A lot of people get turned off by his stern, angry Bond. And from what I just read, I believe he was closer to Bond's look. I just kept something. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So, where did it go? Did it not save? I didn't save, and I thought I'd saved it. The James Bond fan uh, Facebook had said he's 6'1", blue hair, or sorry, blue eyes, black hair, scar on his cheek, which I didn't know. Medium build, um, and his style of dress was more Ian Fleming than the way he's portrayed in the movies. There was a typed out thing that Ian Fleming's secretary had sent to someone saying, as per your request, to find out what Bond looks like, Here you go. Dad always likes the beginning of Living Daylights, where he parachutes onto the boat canopy, flips down, sees the girl in the bikini talking on the phone, grabs the phone away from her, says she'll call you back. Then he calls and says he wants that he'd be picked up in, what, an hour? Better make that 2. After he looks at her and she says, with some champagne. Dad likes that part. It's a cool beginning. My favorite Bond beginning. My favorite Bond beginning was Tomorrow Never Dies, where you don't see Bond, but you hear M and the Admiral and I think the Minister of Defense. They're all watching the video of what's going on. And he's at the weapons bazaar. And they say, well, we've seen what we want to see. Get him the hell out of there. And he says, he takes the camera and views the missiles. And they had already launched a strike. And just to be sure that the missiles weren't going to go up and explode when the missile hits, Bond has to get into the jet and fly away. That was a really cool scene where you don't even see Bond's face until after you know that there's a time limit. Yeah, Aaron, you said yes a long time. Reminds me of Obi-Wan. I have not heard that name for a long time. Long time. $8.15. I'm trying, folks. Now I got Highlander theme going through my head. Here we are. Born to be kings. So want to whistle this. I am immortal. I have inside me blood of kings. I have no rivals. No man can be my equal. Oh, thank you, Jen. My wife just popped in to say hello and good night. And if anybody's watching the chat, my brother said, beep, beep, Jen, in reference to, well, actually, I'm going to ask you guys. Do you know what that might be in reference to? It's a 90s movie made for TV. And Jonathan Brandis. And how come I can't think of his name? Crap. He was in Clue. He was in Spamalot. Ah, there you go, Aaron. Beep, beep, Richie. Uh-oh, my kitten's back. Ooh. Got pieces that aren't squat on this one. And apparently a piece that's hiding from me. Would you get down? Get down. Get down. Off my keyboard. Right. She wants to say hi. Hi, everybody. You gonna say something? No? They all float. Cider boys. Hey, Jen, I don't think I'm going to be able to function with the cat down here. Before you go to bed. All right. That's a solid wall section. Not bad. Back section is unfinished. So that's another thing all the reviews have said. They weren't happy with the fact the back section with R2 and C3PO was unfinished. It just looks like that. Nobody really liked that. I would agree. If you're going to put the effort into making a diorama and you're going to have something on the backside, then perhaps you should actually make the backside part of the diorama. Is that too much to ask? You're already taking my hard-earned cash. So they have some of these little tiny pieces are rounded. Not square. Right there. Thank you, Jen. All right. Turn it back over. What started me collecting Lego? Actually, I was being babysat in 76, 76, 77. And when I was over, well, I was being babysat by the mother of one of my older brother, the one that's on here, Todd. Um, Somebody from his grade, Larry. I was over their house, and he had Lego sets. The very first Lego set that I got specifically, we had sets of the standard brick, the big-headed yellow um, uh, figures, and square pieces with I think two coming out, two little plastic things, and then the arms had three, so they'd lock in, and you could bend the arms. They were like the wacky waver, you know, advertising things. So I was over at his house, and it was the police headquarters, set 585, I think. So it was the 1976 Lego figures, or Lego set. 585 is correct. They didn't have faces. The minifigures didn't have faces, and they didn't have arms. They were just black, two-piece. Lost one of my cameras. Not sure why it does that. It resets itself somewhere in the middle always. So that set was my first. So I would say 76 or 77 was my first set. Although the set was 76, I think it was purchased late 76. And I was hooked. It had cars, motorcycles. The building was pretty cool. So it was already created when I went there, and I just played with the set. Um, yeah, so that was what started me collecting Lego, and then it was just the sets came out, all the cool ones, the space sets, the little white and red astronauts with their air tanks and helmets. Those were really cool. I also get a Coast Guard set. and that came with little white hats, the same white hats that came with the police headquarters. So it was cool to have those hats because the space figures don't always want to be wearing their helmets. So that gave us hats for them to wear. So it reminds me of Major League hats for bats. Keep bats warm. Gracias. Serrano. Is it Jesus Serrano? Dennis Haysbert. Before he was the president in 24. Before the was it insurance commercials? Is it Allstate? Oh, I'm not trying to get this done quickly and end up taking it away from the camera. That's a silly thing. Oh, the shark. Yes, I have a shark. I think didn't that come with a pirate set? Yeah, he's over there in my stuff. But the shark was cool. As long as it's not a baby shark. Do do do. It really is hard to find the pieces. Oh, mistake. On the outside there. All right. I guess I should still utilize this camera a little more. Yes, we're definitely going to need a bigger boat. Too bad Jen wasn't still on. Jaws is her favorite. Well, one of her favorite movies. That and Gone with the Wind. She asked me if I was going to do a review of Gone with the Wind. I don't have a set for it. She's like, build Terra. Sure. Huge plantation. Obviously easy to make. I'll see what I can do. And I don't have a boat that looks like Jaws. I do have the Imperial flagship, and I have the Queen Anne's Revenge. I wish I had more pirate ships. But when it comes down to it, they aren't as easy to display. They're large. The sails get in the way. They get busted up. Well, pretty much she told me she doesn't give a damn. She wanted me to make Terra. I said, I don't have a set. I don't give a damn. Frankly, Theron. There it is. Rounded and rounded. There. There. Oop, missed some. Amber alert. What's going on with the Amber alert? Interesting bit of information. Apparently, Tops Market. That's in one of my friend's hometown, Buffalo. Somewhat nearby. Not sure if that friend wants to be, I wouldn't say outed, but mentioned as to who it is. But apparently, it's pretty close to home. Drives past it every day. All right, so this piece goes like that. Nope. 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 Ouch. Well, we're not getting any more information on that Amber Alert. All right, cool. Almost done with bag number 2. Piece goes there. Goes in the middle. Squarish pieces go around the door jamb. To be the top of the door. Flip it over. Peg hole pieces, okay. Should help hold it on. Nine. Step 60. Oh, there it is. Apparently these go on the bottom. So the pieces I'm sticking on are hinges. So somewhere along these lines, this is going to be a hingy piece. Hingy. That's a word. Look it up. Hingy. Is it like hinky? Hingy? Or is it like creepy? He's kind of hingy. All right, 62. This is 63. one side there. I assume they're making another. Just like last night, only different. Boom, chaka-laka-laka, boom, chaka-laka-laka. Or it's no, better. That's right. Just like last night, only better. Why did the chicken cross the road? Did you get from the left to the right? Right. Where have you been, soldier? Training, sir. What kind of training, soldier? Army training, sir. I don't see a reason for the hinges. It's an archway. This is the area that R2 and C3PO are going to be in. Not quite sure what it's all about. Here's the extent of the detail. We have, if I can get in there, console. And apparently that's the only thing that designates this as anything special. So, great. Okay, now we get to put together. So I'll bring the main piece back over. And this is going to slide into place. Like so. So at the moment, it's only clicked into place, not stuck there yet. But there are a couple of holes here to lock it in. And looks like they go all the way in. It's a axle piece with a terminated end. Technics axle piece. So that just goes right in. Doing both at once just so it's easiest to hold on to and push. So there they go. They're locked into place. All right. Now, bag 3. This is what we got so far. I'm assuming we're going to work on the walls next. And then throw the stuff in the middle, but I don't know. We'll find out. Oh. Looks like we have one wall. So, and Luke and Leia. Let's keep that somewhat in view. Product placement. Sorry about the noise. small pieces I will stick in my little tray here. Collecting up some extras, you can see here in the camera. Getting some extras left over. 802 pieces my foot. Oh, they only use 802, but there's always a couple extras. Looks like there's some garbage in there. Some pieces that are around Luke on the floor. All right. So we build up Luke and Leia. So we got the Luke hair. But this Luke hair is darker. It was mentioned that it's darker than Sand Speeder. I would imagine it's darker because he's wet. He's got wet hair. And they wanted to make a different color hair from the dusty Tatooine bleached blonde that he had supposed to have. I'm going to show this one a little closer to the better camera. I was kind of expecting that they might have something on the printed on the arms, but no such luck. Well, I'm not going to make her smile, so I'm going to give Leia the pissy look, because she's pretty pissy when she's in the compactor. Oh, pissy look. All right. There's a rail piece in here somewhere. There it is. There's the rail piece that goes into the slides that we have over there. So it'll slide right in here. I don't know if you can see that on both cameras here. There we go. So that goes there. So all in all, I mean, it's fun build. It's not terrible. Still wish it wasn't so expensive. Now that my wife is no longer watching, I guess I could say it was $90. It's a little more expensive than it should be. $802 pieces, probably $69. Since you're getting so many figures, there will be some desire for these pieces. But I kind of hate it when toy companies gouge you just because they know a lot of people are going to go after it. I think it goes there. Yep. All right, two of those. Two of these. Here we go. 4, 8, 4. Oh no, 4, 8, 8, 4. 4, 8, 8, 4. And then another rail piece. All right. So this must be the push slide for the wall. Wall, 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 wall. Real genius. Wasn't told. Wasn't told. I don't know. Work, work, work. I can't remember the guy's name, but they're making fun of him one way or the other. He was in the hallway with the ice. Wasn't told for the whatever. I don't know. It would be nice to not be tired all the time. But isn't that what being an adult is all about? Adult? When the hell did I become an adult? I sure as hell never wanted it. I guess I'm putting that piece down. Yeah. I think that they know that they can get away with that price. Yeah. My other niece came. One of my other nieces came on. Adulting. Nobody likes adulting. Well, how you doing, Kira? Let's see. 9 o'clock. I figured this build would probably take me until 10. I figured about 3 hours. Shane, and you are there watching. Well, hello, Shane. Just finished D&D. Wow, nice. Always up for D&D. Do you go 3rd edition, 3.5, 5th edition, or god awful 4th edition? Now I want some light pieces. 5th. Yeah, 5th has got some good stuff to it. I guess there's a few things I could say about it. I kind of wish they didn't humanize monsters. Why can't orcs just be evil magical creatures? Why do you have to have societies? They could just spring up from the earth in evil places from dark magics. But no. We got to know all about their lives. I just want to kill stuff. I don't care about their lives. I don't want to play Anakin. Kill the Sand People's children. Women, children. I killed them all. Start crying about it. It's a fantasy game. You just want to kill stuff. Kill stuff, get the treasure. Treasure! Hell no to 4th. Yes. You know, I find that the people who like 4th like board games or the tabletop, like Warhammer 40,000, that type of game. And I think they were trying to get that crowd into playing D&D. I mean, they tried. I tried it. Tried running it a few times. Tried playing it. I'm sorry, you can only make this move if you are 15 feet away. Says, what the hell? I can't stab this guy because I'm not 15 feet away to start with. But that's my signature move. A centaur cleric. Shane is an owlin sorcerer. Aw, come on, Todd. Why don't you want to be killed by doors that come out of chests? Gotta love the Tomb of Horrors. Made no sense whatsoever. He must have been on crack. Well, probably acid. LSD. I'm pretty sure he wasn't stoned out of his mind. Then there'd just be a whole lot of fun stuff in it. Yeah, my brother, in a game of Tomb of Horrors, I think we were all well, actually, I didn't play that one. They were all like 12th level, advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So you're talking like a year or so to get of playing a lot to get the characters up there. And Todd's character opened up a chest, and doors flew out and hit him, every single door. And the dungeon master just let it happen. And Todd's character died. Up and died. No ceremony. Nope. Roll up new character. And that was 40 years ago. So there's absolutely no grudge being kept by my brother. He doesn't hold grudges. He's never been bitter a day in his life. I don't think that the DM hated Todd at all. I just pretty sure it was his first time DMing, at least a large dungeon. I think I'm missing something. Yeah. How did I scroll that far? Oh, no, this one. There. That makes more sense. Taylor Swift's Bad Blood got a new meaning. Well, Kira, I'm sorry to say I don't know the song. Or am I sorry to say? Let's see. Guess I'm not sure what you're referencing, Cameron. What did I ask? As you know from our late night conversations, I'm not always here. I'm somewhere, not necessarily in the conversation. There's the wall. Now, this light goes there. There. I didn't say I was keeping up with culture. Don't have to like or listen to it, but at least once. Well, I sometimes hear stuff. I'm an 80s kid that still listened to 90s music, 2000s music, 2010s music. Just last couple of years, maybe didn't listen to as many things as other people. Some kind of coof going on. Coof. Man, what the hell happened here? Uh, Nothing big. Just have to fill in some blanks. An example, or you don't believe me? Example of what? Music? Unfortunately, you're not really allowed to sing anything here. Or hum. If you want titles of things, not really something I remember. Terrible at that. First time you're seeing me with the goatee? The Van Dyke. I think I hit it against the microphone a few times because it's no longer. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I started growing that out for Renaissance Festival and said, screw it, I kind of like it. Not something that a lot of people have. Uh-oh. My kitten's back. No. Get down. Get down. As she tries to knock over my lamp. All right. Now, what are these? Go this way. Looks like it. So now I got hinges as well as Technics pieces. I'm not sure if that's handles or if they actually have a purpose. We'll see. So now this goes into this, like that. There's our wall with the unfinished back. It's almost like it's just for looks. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything that goes in there. But we'll see. So, lots of garbage now. It's one of the walls. Yeah, I'll show you. Just a second. So, I assume it's going to go in like this. So, yeah, I think I got the right side too because it fits against the stuff that's in there. So not too bad. Pretty cool. In a future set, a crank would be cool. I have a lot of sets with pulleys that are kind of cool, and I think it'd be neat to have a crank. Ray Manzarek or Jim Morrison? Who's Ray Manzarek? I know some things, but I don't profess to know everything. And I'm definitely not as much into music as you are. My friend Cameron, college roommate. Oh, that reminds me. Jen found some pictures. So I will scan in a picture, Cameron, of you in our old apartment, sitting next to your desk. And a lot of my pictures that I drew for you up on your wall. But it doesn't have a great resolution. It was a crappy camera. Uh, there was a trash compactor in one of the Death Star sets. I know that there's been a lot of reviews of this one. This one just came out in April. And like I said, most of the reviews that I saw were just a couple minutes long. Nobody actually built it in front of anybody. They just said, well, I don't know if I would have spent that much money again, but I spent it the first time. Well, of course you did. Because it's Lego. It's Star Wars. It's got some cool pieces. What am I missing? Oh, there it is, upside down. In order to keep everything from getting blown out, too much light, I have to keep my area dim. Unfortunately, I get blinder the dimmer it gets. In my old age, I used to be able to see really well in the dark. Now, not so much. Let's see, do I got them all? This one goes there. So thrown in some extra flotsam to crank against the minis. I don't care what you say. Luke is dead. Dead, dead, dead. I don't care what you smell. Oh, yes. Um, yeah, that was the irony of it, wasn't it? When did I become an adult? As I'm playing with Legos. Lego, Lego, Lego. I guess I could say I'm just a pretender. I pretend at being an adult. I would imagine a lot of people would say that. So this piece here is called a handle. So it can do a bunch of different things. It's kind of curved. But I've got a bunch of clear ones that they were putting flying characters on. So it'd be on their feet like that. Put them at an angle. Helps to allow people walk or run too in dioramas. There's an actual elbow piece that looks like a macaroni. Stick an axle into it. And that. This goes this way. Uh-huh. It's a movable pipe. IKEA has pieces like that for their bookshelves too. You talking about the macaronis? Kind of interesting. Despite how much you want to cry, little girl, you're not coming up here. Ah, IKEA has handles looking like that. And PVC joint for the noodles, yes. So it's got a droid leg. And for some reason it's attached to that piece, which gets pushed into there. And now I get to play with that. Let's see. Stop chewing on my cord. End up having a fried cat and lose my laptop all in one fell swoop. Stop. She's adorable, but annoying. All right. For some reason, we got some kind of stovepipe looking thing. That piece goes down. So I just built that. And it flips down. Now, nice floppy cable. Floppy. I said floppy. Oh, it must be a piece I wasn't seeing. It must be right here. Yep. Oh, raise a member of the doors. Okay. I'm sorry. Well, I knew Jim. Should know Ray. All right. So now it goes in. So now there's even a little cable. So let's try to put this thing together. Get things out of the way. Curious about these pieces. Oh, they must be part of the back wall here. All right, so pretty cool. Wonder what this is going to attach to. It's going to attach on the other side so that it springs up. That'd be cool. So it bounces up a little bit. We'll see. Now I put the back wall on. All right, back wall. I'm sorry, side wall, side rail. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just play with Lego. Assuming these go on here, yep. Make it nice and smooth. Like a baby's bottom. Smooth. Here we go. All right. Bag 4. You guys still hanging in there? Let me see. Half hour left. Well, that wall, I know how it goes together now. The springy piece, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like I said, it looks like it's going to do that. So hopefully it'll attach to something. All right, I'm going to put that aside. I'll keep it in view of the camera. There we go. Last bag. All right, I do not have one of these yet. Chewbacca. I have a Chewbacca. I do not have a two-toned Chewbacca. Two-tone. Get him in the light here. Anybody seen any good movies lately? I hear The Northman is really good. Eric Sarsgaard? I don't know. Guy from True Bloods. True Blood? The blonde. Apparently a really good movie. Alright, I know there's a bar here that Chewie's supposed to be holding on to, but trying to find the pieces is a little... Oh, okay. Just lightsaber handles. And then a couple of pieces to extend it. If they made it a little rubbery so it could bend under the pressure of the trash compactor, that'd be cool. But no. Lego's got to be hard plastic. What a cop out. I'm kidding. I'm just tired. Oh, here we go. I'll show you. Show you. Here we go. Come on. It doesn't want to focus on him. My bad. Sorry. You like the multiverse of madness, huh? I guess I would question why. What did you like about it? Oh, they changed it up on me. It's not quite the same as the other side wall. Just looking for a L-shaped piece. Shane, you like the cameos. Yeah, that would be great if it wasn't so. Spoilers. Spoilers. Um, it would be great if they were in it for longer than 5 minutes, and that, you know, the way that they were no longer in it after those 5 minutes had anything to do with um, a good fight. I thought they looked good. I just not really sure if the writer of this actually looked at any comics or had any idea what characters they were actually putting against the antagonist. Benedict Cumberbatch is a good actor. He does a very good Doctor Strange. It is too bad that all he was doing in this movie was babysitting and not actually being the Sorcerer Supreme that he should be. Speaking of which, why would you actually make a Doctor Strange 2 if Doctor Strange is not even your main character? I'll let you answer that one if you feel like it. I could go on ranting, but if I rant too far, then I won't be able to keep up with what question you're asking me when, since there's, like I said, a lag time between the chat and what I say. There it is. Well, not only did they do the same thing in No Way Home, but he was making mistakes. Whatever mistakes was made in No Way Home, at least the movie itself was entertaining. The cameos in that were really fun. Um, the mistakes that he made in this one were, or at least the various versions of him, he forgot how to use spells. And there's any number of spells he could use at any given time. Um, that big um, octopus-looking thing that attacks was it, attacks the girl. Why didn't you just use a sling ring, make a portal, and gone? Even if the thing could find its way back, which it could, but it would definitely give them a place to fight it without, losing half of New York in the process. That's a new piece. Something I hadn't seen before. Yes. Yes, it should have been Scarlet Witch and left it at that. Speaking of Scarlet Witch, I imagine you guys watched WandaVision, which I there's so many things about that to unwrap that it's not going to happen here at the moment. But she's upset um, at the end of WandaVision and beginning of this that she doesn't have her kids. But what was the reason for WandaVision actually happening was she lost Vision. If Vision was the love of her life, why wasn't he even mentioned in this movie? All she was mentioning was her kids. No mention whatsoever of Vision. I don't know if they were trying to find a way to not have white Vision in this movie, but it still makes no sense why she would be angry about not having kids. But what about the love of her life, the one who she was supposed to have kids with? Plot holes. What'd I do? I did something wrong. Another 3-hour build just for the WandaVision Discord. Yes. Yes, it would be. It would be nice to say that Disney is making entertaining TV. Or even movies. And in this case, this is basically Disney Plus movie or Disney Plus TV made into a movie. It wasn't written well. It wasn't really executed all that great. Um, I saw some scenes that looked pretty decent that must have been Sam Raimi's influence on the movie, which that's always hard to get the director's influence on a movie when Kevin Feige has pretty much the whole movie decided for whatever director they end up pulling in, and the director's just basically there for a name and to fill a spot in uh, to fill a position in the movie's production crew. Uh oh, snaps what? What did I hit on? I thought Krasinski looked pretty good um, for Reed Richards, but the biggest problem with that is he's the most intelligent person in the world, and likely the most intelligent person in our galaxy, the way that he's portrayed in the comics. He's also made of rubber, basically. I mean, you could completely squish him flat, and he would bounce right back again. You could do pretty much anything to him. You can stretch him out, separate him, whatever. His death is um, pretty much a throwaway. And not having them in the movie long enough to actually start to care about them is a slap in the face to anybody who loves those characters. Oh, the comments on Kevin Feige and Sam, yeah. Um, it's just the MCU is broken. They're destroying the franchise by not allowing characters to actually be characters that the fans like. Hawkeye can't even be the hero of his own show. Moon Knight, total of 7 minutes out of 6 episodes, he's actually Moon Knight. One of them, one of those minutes, something along those lines. One of those minutes is Mr. Knight or whatever. It wasn't even Mark Spector done the way it was should have been done or could have been done. It's and then he doesn't even beat the bad guy in the end. It's not his fight. It's the girls. This is why was it even called Moon Knight? Are we not allowed to have our heroes actually be heroes anymore? The Twizzler transfiguration? So he can't survive the basically a spaghetti, like a spaghetti maker, right? She spaghettis him into oblivion. How so with the Daredevil? You're saying it's the exact same way they did Daredevil season 1. In season 1, Daredevil actually takes out Kingpin. He's actually allowed to be in the fight. Kevin Feige had really nothing to do with that show, so could have something to do with that. But I guess I'd be interested to find out what your comparison is. We're moving along. I don't think I'm going to get it done in 10 more minutes, but it shouldn't be too much longer than that. And if I was allowed to actually sing, I'd start singing Muppet Movie. Moving right along. Doogadung, doogadung. Foot loose and fancy free. Copyright, copyright. Can't get me on copyright. Alright, so Daredevil season 1. He didn't have his full costume until last episode. True on that, yes. It was fully moniker Daredevil till then, too. Same thing with Moon Knight. Didn't embrace the moniker costume powerfully yet. I can see that as I can see that as the production of the show and Daredevil actually doing that. But the thing that the thing about Moon Knight is he doesn't actually even show any of the fight scenes or anything else. He blanks out. It just would you stop chewing on that cord? So they don't even show the fight scenes. I mean, one of the cool things about Moon Knight is the fact he was pretty much like Marvel's Batman. He didn't actually start out with any powers or anything like that. But now that he's the avatar of a Egyptian god, they don't even show any of the cool stuff. I mean, what the hell? You'd think you want to jump on that since that's like the coolest thing about the character, the change of the character. Hmm. Stop. Stop it. If you knock my laptop to the ground, I'll be very angry. Seriously, am I blind? And Aaron's back. Hey, Aaron. Welcome back. Yes, I was blind or at least not seeing correctly. I think Disney's been using Marvel to show the gritty, trauma ridden, mentally damaged, etc. side of being heroes, which is great, especially because characters like Moon Knight are full of that. Okay, so if you're saying that that's great, um, well, let me finish your thought then. But in the same vein, you're right. We saw only a handful of fight scenes for Moon Knight. Yes, um, and the fight scenes that were done, mainly the chick, um, were terrible. Um, but here's the biggest problem I have with anything that's being done by Marvel is the men whose um, show it is, be it Loki or Hawkeye or Shang-Chi, none of them win the battle in the end. They are always second fiddle to whatever female is up and coming. And I don't have a problem with the females actually having their own show, being the star of their own show, but why are you trying to do that to the hero of the show? Why would you even call it Hawkeye if you're just going to have Haley Stanfield, kicking the crap out of Kingpin at the end, and Hawkeye's just basically standing around looking like an idiot? It's a disservice to the characters. If you want to call it, you know, whatever the girl's name was, I don't have a good memory. You want to call it that? Call it that, but don't call it Hawkeye. In fact, they shouldn't have made Hawkeye uh, at that point. They should have just made him Ronin and showed what happened during the blip, how his life turned around and how he went dark. They could have had a couple of seasons of that. People would be watching that, lapping that stuff up like crazy, because that'd be a good show. They'd have a good hero's arc, redemption at the end, but you could watch him go bad, get darker and darker. And you're talking about the damaged hero. Who better than have Hawkeye, who lost his whole family in the blip, didn't even know why it happened. As much as everybody's gone and now he's alone, so he's pretty gone. He goes to an incredibly dark place. They could have had a great story with that. So missed opportunity for instead introducing a new female character. Well, not new to the comics, but new to the MCU. It just it was wrong. It just wasn't what the fans should have gotten. They should have gotten a good Hawkeye. Watch him go down and come back up and actually be the hero. You would have loved to watch Ronan, yeah. I think it would have been a good story. And yes, show all the aspects of um, the fighting scenes, the villains, the heroes, yeah. Or if you're not going to show the villains as such, you can still show from the hero's point of view, the hero character's point of view. It just there's so much they could have done that they just failed. Okay, so here's the next wall. That didn't go too badly. So here we go. Fit that piece on. Now we get to put garbage along here. And once the garbage is on there, I can fit it in, put the characters in, and squish them. Because that's what needs to be done. You need to squish them. So we got. See, that would be interesting too, seeing Wong taking care of business and not being just a buffoon. But it still comes back to if the Ancient One said that Stephen Strange was the best of us, he's the one that should be the Sorcerer Supreme. Wong should have given it back up again. Or there should have been some sort of story that led Wong to realize that maybe Stephen Strange is the better sorcerer. That would make a great Doctor Strange too. Wong starting out being the Sorcerer Supreme and then realizing through whatever battle they end up having to have that Strange is the better sorcerer. That he knows more. I mean, he sat there in Carmitage and read book after book in Doctor Strange 1. Where'd all that knowledge go to? Well, it has to be in there somewhere. So why didn't they utilize that? How come they both looked like they were useless against Wanda? There were so many spells. They forgot about their sling rings. There were so many spells that they could have used that they didn't use. It just, this was obviously not designed to make anybody look good. A little connector piece here for something. Not sure whether it's going to be a swinging piece or something's going to connect down there. So let's see. This one goes there. Goes there. This goes here. This is called a roof tile with lattice. Can't even see it with my fingers. It's so small. Agreed. They should have been in this movie. Stephen Strange should have been given back Sorcerer Supreme, then keep Wong in charge of Camartage. That would work fine. I don't. I have nothing against Wong. I think. I think they didn't treat either of the characters with the respect they deserved. Oh, interesting. We have a half fuselage piece, like a half one of those rounds. I don't know if you can see that. Used to look, be all around, but nope, they made a half. Interesting. hinge. Okay. Something hanging down off the edge there. Now another arch. Take a couple of threes, put them together. Next to this slanted piece there. That's how we're heading to the home stretch. I start narrating what I'm doing. Square goes there. What am I missing? Oh, forgot a piece. Also, Shane, let's see. Bits and pieces of good things don't make a movie. That's correct. And that's pretty much what I heard Doctor Strange 2 was. It was just bits and pieces of things stuck together and not really any coherent reasons why they did things. The only reason for the memory cafe was so that we could get exposition that wasn't told to us directly. Despite the fact that throughout most of the movie, that's what they did, pretty much exposition. Let's not actually learn what's going on by living through it in the movie, experiencing it in the movie. Let's just have somebody tell you what's going on. I mean, if you really wanted to show something like that, you could have showed it in a different way instead of just having them happen to walk on a pad, a memory pad. What the hell's that? And you got the two MacGuffin books. Everything's got to be MacGuffins lately too. There's no real story to anything. It's this special piece here. You got to get it before the bad guy does, or you got to stop the bad guy from getting this, destroy this piece, whatever. It's always a MacGuffin in there. You could have easily created a story about character and not have it centered around some inanimate piece of whatever. There's so much rich background in all these characters. Nope. That's just tell the fans we don't give a crap about. There's a rather funny interview with I don't know who she was. She's either writing it or the head writer. I don't know. She was in a conference call with or a conference video with a bunch of other uh, writers, and she basically said, um, "We don't need a bad guy. So why do we need a bad guy? And we can do this without a bad guy." One of the writers said, "Because I've read comics, and we need a bad guy to make the story good." Instead, she wants to take Wanda and make her the bad guy. Man, could have done so much more. Wanda's struggle should never have been about the kids. That's weird. Okay, got that. Let's see. The only coherence was from a gimmicky powered character. Don't get me wrong, I love America Chavez. they were trying to allow Steven to get to the phase 4 or 5 really quickly. You mean yeah. But not ending the movie is Sorcerer Supreme. Terrible idea. Oh, the gimmick from the power. You mean the fact you can punch a hole in punch portal holes in reality? Oh, message retracted. All right, so we got a bunch of garbage in here. It's coming along pretty nicely. That's pretty cool. It's some kind of strange robot piece, like a robot torso with the arm slot, sort of weird, weird piece. That goes there. And goes right there. Oh, we're getting to the end. Yay! There was much rejoicing. Yay! Brave, brave Sir Robin. And by the way, that's not singing a song, that's quoting a movie. There's a difference. I hope. And it's crazy that America Chavez exists in the same comic timeline as Kang. You know, that's another point. Why wasn't Kang anywhere in this? I mean, in Loki, they brought out Kang like he was going to be the mastermind behind everything. He was going to be the new Thanos. And what happened? Why didn't he even show up in this? Also, Kang is Reed Richards' descendant. So there's that. All right. This some strange arm piece. That's weird. So I've never seen this before either. So this arm piece has a hole in it, and in that hole, you stick a claw. The claw. Weird. All right. It flips that piece down. Another robot torso. This one's an actual full torso. Full torso apparition. That hangs off the hook. connects on to there. That piece right there. That's cool. This piece can move around, spin, whatever direction you want. It's kind of cool. So then this piece sits down at an angle. Time for sort of a robot head. Chopper's head. Some sort of hook. And that goes onto this hook piece here. Handle, I should say. Those are called handles. So the hook goes onto the handle. Hey, now I get to stick it in the slide. So, bring it closer so everybody can see it. Come on. There we go. All right, so time to see whether or not that. Oh, not yet. I was hoping we were going to see whether or not that piece, that cable hooks up or not. Make the side here. All right, Aaron. Thanks for coming and chatting with us. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you. Talk to you later. Take care, man. All right. We have this almost done. Oh. There's actually a piece in here that I got wrong. Well, didn't see the difference between the dark gray and the black. Can I get it back out or no? This piece here should be black, not silver. Because that only left a black one behind, and aesthetically that wouldn't look right. So that goes there. Let me slide it back in. Okay, fixed it. Yeah, almost a final product. This has been fun. I still don't know. I mean, as far as my time and having fun, talking talking with you guys. I mean, Kira, I haven't talked to you in what, year and a half? Yeah, we're a man down. All right. Well, it does bounce up. I just wondering whether or not it's supposed to attach to something. All right. Put the finished edges on this. Just the flat pieces that go on the edge. Keep it from being all bumpy. Nobody likes bumpy. Yep, it does connect up. So let's see if I can figure out a good way to show this. How about I connect it and then show you? There we go. Pay off. All right. Now, R2 and 3PO go in the back. Really? The instructions have them backward. 3PO is not on that side of R2. Come on, people, get it right. They had 3PO on the other side in the instructions. Don't know why. Yes, I do need to meet Shane. I have not met Shane yet. And yes, I'm hoping that we have time to all hang out in July. Let's see. Now we get to throw the people in. Apparently, Luke sits down next to the Dianoga. His leg up in the air. So they got this spot set aside for him that has a slanted piece that holds his leg up. This is where he's going to sit. And that slanted piece right there is going to hold his leg up. So he's going to sit like this. So there he is with the leg up. And let's see, they got Han standing on something. No, they're not really showing what he's standing on, but I'm assuming Chewie gets to stand on this back piece right here. Let's try not to break stuff. Might have to put the pipe in this other hand. There we go. So Chewie sits there like that. And Leia gets to stand. She gets to be on top of it. Get on top of it. And Han is in the middle of the garbage. There we go. Han's in the middle of the garbage. So crushes together. Nobody dies except Luke. Luke always dies in the end. It's hard to hold pull those things apart. So, pretty cool. Do wish they had done something with the back end to make it look good, especially for the price range. I mean, it's a cool model. They did a really good job making it uh, look pretty decent. What do you guys think? I mean, it's not bad. The engineering behind it's pretty cool. Um, it's a lot of flat pieces, flat tiles. I think it's cool. Again, I think the price point should have been down maybe 10, $20. But all in all, it's pretty cool. And you can actually throw more trash in there too. They did give you extra pieces. So you can throw a lot more trash in there. Is there a worm in there? You mean the Dianoga? Yes, he's sitting right next to Luke. Let me move Luke's hand here so you can see him. He's right past Luke's legs. See the little red eye. So it moves a little bit. If I can find which direction it is here. Boy, this is really weird going backward. So it moves a little bit. So it's gone. It's back up. So, I mean, it's well built. It's pretty solid. It's you know, it does move the way it should. It sticks in, so it's not loose. It doesn't. It'll stay where you want it to be at any of the points. And it looks pretty cool when it's closed, and it looks very much like the actual shot from the movie. So not too bad. Yeah, the collector price, I'm not really happy with some of that. Some of them are decent prices, though. I mean, the X-wing and the Tie Fighter, they were both $40. I think I might have gotten them on sale from. Actually, the Tie Fighter might have been $32. The which you can't see it at the moment, but up here is Slave One. That was only $40. So the play prices are good. Play prices, but yeah, collection prices are a little much. Todd, did you get to see it? Did you get to see everything? I'll show you one more time. So squish this together. And I can grab the pieces. I'll pull it back apart. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's also Star Wars, so I mean, I can't go wrong with buying more paraphernalia. I just um yeah, I just wish it was slightly less expensive, but it's really good. I like it. So well, that's about it. I don't want to. I don't need to make this any longer than it already is. What is it? 10:30. So it's been 3.5 hours. I appreciate you all taking the journey with me on this. Jaina, you're not supposed to be awake, are you? You're supposed to be asleep. You got work in the morning. So cool stuff. Um, I really got to get used to this whole camera thing. But okay. Um, all in all, do I think it's I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Well built. There's There's a little bit of playability in here. I'd say the price is the only thing that I didn't really care for, but it didn't stop me from buying it, obviously. But I would definitely detract a point for just Lego being a little expensive on some of their pieces. But like I said, other pieces not so much. So I don't know. But good set. Like I said, 4 out of 5. I appreciate everybody for coming along on this journey. You're welcome, dear. Love you too. I will give my love to Jen, or your love to Jen. I'm sorry. I'll give my love to Jen too, because she doesn't hear it a lot. She hears it enough. I think maybe. I don't know. I'm really tired. All right. Thank everyone for thank you to everyone for watching through this, and I'll hopefully get to another build with a movie review soon. I have a bunch of movies that I would love to be able to do, and I just got to get some friends lined up, friends or family members lined up to do them. So I'll put out another one soon. All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Have a good night. Wide awake now. Yeah. Well, I probably will be too. All right, Shayna. Kira, Shayna, Todd.